Um, yeah, so I'm going to be doing at least, at the very least, the one how to blow his mind while loving his body, which is my signature class. It is by far and away my most popular workshop that I've done, and I've taught it to thousands of people by now. And it is really about teaching women how to get their head in the game, just like his head in the game. Because one survey I read said that only about 28% of women enjoy giving head to their male partners. Only 28% of hetero, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's crazy. And I'm convinced that that's because women, we think it's a job, and there's this sense of there's nothing in it for us. And I throw that out the window. So my very first rule, never, ever, ever give a blowjob if you don't want to. Never. Never. And I tell people this at the beginning. I say, so tell your partner. Beth says, I'm never to give a blowjob if you don't want to, because that trains us not to like it. So take that up. We're going to get rid of all the blame, shame, guilt, and obligation right away. My job is that to teach people, women, how to enjoy it, how to make the most of it, how to create the setting, the ambiance, the situation, everything, the sentiment, to make it actually something that they're excited about doing. And I've had a couple of like real successes that stick out. And one of them I'll tell you was a woman who was 9 months pregnant came to my class because it was like, I forget if it was some group I was doing, a book club or whatever. So she just came, and by the time she left, she's like, oh my God, she said, I cannot believe this. I want to go home and practice. She was like, my husband's going to freak out because I haven't let him touch me in a couple of months, but now I'm ready. And that was so awesome. And then another woman in one of the swinger events that we were at, she told me the next day that she was with a new partner, and he told her, God, I feel like I should pay half of that class. Yeah.
Nice.
I thought swingers would all be comfortable with it and be really good. They're not. There may be more than the regular population, but yeah. What were you going to say, Mary?
I was just going to say that, sometimes in those types of settings, they only have so much time to either get to know somebody and, to know somebody just in conversation, but then to get to know somebody and their attributes in what might be a 15, 30-minute, let's go have fun. Sometimes that could be a little daunting and being like, oh my God, what works for my husband may not work for her husband, And so that's why I think a lot of women in the lifestyle kind of like, I don't need to prime it. It should just go.
That's true. And so what I will do is I will just give her tips for strategically how to make it work for her in whatever situation. So that, again, I don't ever want somebody doing it just because somebody else wants it. Terrible reason. So as soon as we take that out, now I've got to figure out and help her find the motivation to do it and what she's getting out of it in the midst of it, in the middle of it. And so that makes all the difference in the world, because once we have the power, it feels great. And you can be a submissive, by the way, right? I'm Kiki and I'm a submissive, but there's still the power of giving pleasure, whether you're in a dominant or submissive role. Giving head can come from either position and be equally as pleasurable for you. So, so I teach both kinds. So that's it. I really am teaching the head stuff. I'm not teaching people how to stick a cucumber down their throat. That's
So to be clear, this
really
is about everything but technique.
No. There will be some technique, but that's not all there is.
Yeah.
Right. And once you master the emotional and the the head, the thoughtfulness, the emotional, the rest of it is easy, right? The technique becomes so much easier.
It all flows because you have that little bit of the technique aspect, but like you said, it's getting into the moment, being in the moment, being mindful, and accepting, the gratitude that goes behind it and the pleasure for both.
Right. And the turn on, right? Within our body and stuff, getting out of our minds. I tell people, like, if you're asking them, am I doing a good job? Like, you're ruining it for both of you because you're taking both of you out of your body into headspace. And you're never going to win that one. It's got to be sensation based. So, yeah. So I'm excited, and I have had people who love giving blowjobs. I've had a sex therapist. I've had several sex therapists actually take my class. One that I know told me she couldn't even figure out what she did differently because she'd been very comfortable giving oral. But she said, like, a week later, she said, my husband says it's all different. She's like, I don't even know what's changed, but he says it's so much better. So again, it's just how we approach it. I think it can really influence things.
And sometimes it's just having that sense of, like, there's enthusiasm behind it.
Yes.
So the oohs and the ahs and all of that goes along with it, you can fake it, but people know, and it just kind of like, oh, okay, so we're at that again.
Yeah.
Beth said something earlier about treating it like it's a job.
Right.
And the problem with that is it literally has the word job in the action.
Right.
So maybe come up with a more fun, although there's plenty, I guess, of words for blowjobs, right?
But I say, one of my favorite jobs in my whole life was working at a candy store. I loved that job. It was a job, but damn, I loved it. I looked forward to it. I came home from college and couldn't wait to go back. So if we can still have that approach to it, it can still work, Then there are jobs you hate, and then you're never going to do it. So we're going to get you out of that. We're going to get you out of that.
I feel about my job the same way you did about the candy store.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, I love it. I wouldn't trade this for anything, truthfully. I really do love it. So it's certainly afforded me. It's certainly afforded me to meet people like you. So
and back at you, right? I'm so excited to see your club because I've heard so many wonderful things about it. And I mean, I've loved both of you since I've met you. We've just connected so easily. And I'm thrilled to be able to go. And I think it's so important because I have zero desire to open the club. But you provide a place for people to go, right? And like, we need each other. I thank God we're all different. And if we can just find ways to take whatever we're good at and bring it to bring it forth, I think that's pretty much the best world. So yeah, I love that y'all are doing this. I can't wait. It's just going to be a blast. I can't wait to meet all of your friends and everybody there and your members. And I think it's going to be a hell of a Halloween. So yeah,
I agree.
Very cool.
Big Bacchus says that he wants it to be like the old lyrics. I want you to want me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree. Because it's important to feel desired and wanted and lusted after, and yes, you're loved and all that, but to feel that, not just know, but feel it.
Yeah.
So,
And I didn't know the reason that I started teaching this class. Well, is because I was dating a guy who'd been in the swinger lifestyle for his whole life. He was in his 50s, never been married, had I don't know how many partners. And at the end of one of our nights together, he says, "Hey, will you give me your ex-husband's address?" And he feels like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "I want to send him a thank you note." Like, what? And he was like, he said, I've never had a blowjob like that. And I know. I'm like, no, right? No, he's been with hundreds of people. And so that's what I started talking to him about. It's like, wait, there are people who don't like doing this. There are people who don't do it well. And then I just go on, again, my geeky journey is to talk to as many men as I can about what's good, what's not good, what they like, what they don't like, and decided to teach the class. Because then I started researching, and the numbers, I was just like, holy shit. So this is, and when I did, my 85-year-old aunt once asked me, like, she's like, Beth, what gives you the gumption to think you should teach this class? And I was like, hey, Cindy, do you really want to know? Because I'll tell you. She was like, nope, take it back. I don't want to know. Okay.
What would your answer been?
They would have told her the story that
okay.
I gave a blowjob that this guy said like made his toes curl and made him think he couldn't get out of bed for 2 days. He was so like, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That is quite the marketing job for this class. I want to take your class.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, the worst blowjob I've ever given in my whole life was when a guy I was going out with said, oh, I want to get a blowjob from the queen of blowjobs. And as soon as he objectified me like that, it was horrible. It was, and I was so mad at myself because I still gave him, and I shouldn't have. Because then I was totally in my head, and it was not it was awful. So I'm like, no. Like, it's not.
You literally took one for the team.
I did, and then I sucked. Right? I didn't suck well. I did not suck well.
You didn't suck good enough.
Right. Yeah. So don't do it.
Yeah. Never, ever take one for the team.
Yeah.
Even if it's yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fucking awesome. I think I learned enough just on this alone.
Well, with that.
Well, we did talk about another class potentially, but we're not going to speak on that yet because we haven't defined that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But there may be a second class also. So, but for sure, just to be clear, this will be October 26th in the afternoon. That is the afternoon of the Halloween party, so which is close to selling out.
Yes.
We have a bunch of industry people that are coming up also with Beth. People from all over the country are coming to the body shop for Halloween. So what an honor that is.
I'm just thinking about it.
Yes. So I did get word today that Tess and Archer from NCSF are not going to be attending. So I did speak with them today. So we do have, it's always about who is there and who isn't instead of who isn't. So, we're really looking forward to having you for Halloween. It's going to be an honor to have you in this space.
Yes.
No, thank you. I'm going to be thrilled. And I just now cursed me. I better get a freaking costume, huh? Damn it. Oh my God. Okay.
You could be the world's best sex educator.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Well, I want to be respectful of your time, and you're welcome to stay on as long as you want to and just hang out, or if you want to go and dip and take a break, but after watching a 3-year-old, you probably need that.
I do, and I need to, I think that's why my headphones kicked out. I need to see if he's actually asleep or not, since I can't hear him now. So
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me switch back into Bubby mode. But thank you.
No, thank you so much for coming out tonight, and we'll see you in about a month. Well, less than a month.
Less than a month, yeah.
And Zoe, I'm so sorry. I see your picture there. I see you, and I just haven't even been stupid. But hi.
No, it's okay. I've just been literally taking in everything you're saying, holy shit. I'm amazed.
She's the youngin' in the group here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's learning.
I am a little bit like the whirling dervish sometimes, so I apologize for that. But
Listen,
I just get hyped up.
So.
All right. Good night. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.